Namaskar, good afternoon. I'm Garima Jain, Assistant Professor with DMA Media School. Welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony of ICAN International Conference on Media and Communication, an annual academic confluence proudly organized by DMA Media School. Day one of ICAN7 concluded on a highly successful and enriching note marked by the series of impactful academic engagements. The day began with the grand inaugural ceremony graced by esteemed dignitaries and scholars from across the globe. This was followed by an insightful masterclass, a thought-provoking plenary session 2 on AI and media ethics. Until now, we had 4 engaging technical sessions where researchers presented diverse perspectives on the evolving media landscape. The day truly set the tone of the academic excellence and global collaboration that ICAN stands for. Delhi Metropolitan Education, affiliated with Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, is a premier institute committed to academic excellence and holistic development. With state-of-art infrastructure and a learner-centric environment, DME offers professional courses in law, management, and media. DME Media School stands as a vibrant center for aspiring media professionals. With its innovative pedagogy, industry-driven curriculum, and a strong academic foundation, the department nurtures talent in journalism, film, advertising, digital media, and communication research. Through landmark initiatives like ICAN, festivals like Vritika and SIFI, and immersive hands-on training, DMA Media School truly bridges the gap between classrooms and newsroom, shaping the storytellers and thought leaders of tomorrow. And now, let us take a moment to witness the dynamic journey of Delhi Metropolitan Education through a short presentation. This visual showcase captures the spirit, achievement, and vibrant campus life that defines who we are. This year, we are honored to collaborate with esteemed knowledge partners, Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Kalindi College, Delhi University, and Shroff College, Mumbai. Our international partners, the South Asia Communication Association, SACA, brings a global dimension to the discussions. We are proud to be supported by our publication partners, the Institute for Human Development and Media Spaces, a peer-reviewed academic journal. Our media partners, News 44, Dynamite India, and Quick News play a key role in extending the reach and impact of its vibrant academic dialogue. To formally commence the valedictory session and extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests, I now invite Dr. Parul Mehra, Head of DME Media School and Convener of ICAN. Without her support, this event could not have been possible. With over 17 years of experience spanning academia and the media industry, Dr. Mehra is a respected educator, accomplished author, and dedicated mentor who continues to shape the future of media education. Give a huge round of applause for Dr. Mehra.
Thank you, Garima. Honorable dignitaries present on the dais, guest of honor, Professor K.G. Suresh, Professor Dr. Asha Kapoor, Professor Avinash Singh, my dear Sadhvi Pragya ji, my very dear and respected Professor Ramji Lal Jahangir sir, though he is not here, but he was supposed to be here, he was not keeping well. We appreciate your unalloyed confidence and support for all of us that you have accepted our invitation and be the guest of honor for today's occasion. Director General DME Honorable Mr. Justice Bhavar Singh sir and Director DME Professor Ravikant Swami sir is also here. Thank you for your kind presence. Participants from all across India, my dear colleagues and my dear students, very good afternoon to all of you. Well, it is definitely an immense pleasure and a deep sense of pride that I welcome you all to the valedictory ceremony. Having accomplished 6 successful editions of ICAN already, we have entered and now we are at the concluding time of our 7th international conference, which is held on a theme, Influences, Content, Algorithmic Transparency and Narrative Building, which was in collaboration with SACA. SACA stands for South Asian Communication Association. Well, this year we are especially honored to host such a diverse gathering from all across the globe, because we had successfully conducted our plenary sessions, panel discussions, technical sessions with insightful deliberations on AI, content creation, and narrative building. Well, for any conference, the key concept or the key objective is to organize the conference to provide a platform for the researchers, academicians, students to present their research work in different technical sessions. And also ICAN is always, been happened with the concept of also getting lots and lots involvement of academic discourse to exchange the ideas, views and opinion of different people through plenary sessions, master classes and workshops. This time we have picked up a pertinent issue, and this conference has provided lots of interaction also between the people of academics and industry, so that that gap between industry and academia to be fulfilled. Through this conference, I must put a highlight that around 80 insightful papers were presented in 5 technical sessions, and I am very pleased to share that ICAN7 is collaborated with IHT, International Scopus Index Peer Reviewed Journal, and also the Media Space, which is a DME school media journal, and all the selected publications are going to publish in that. This overwhelming response is the significance of the fact that this theme is an important point and an important pertinent issue of this time. Yesterday, certain prominent media experts of international repute from different parts of the world were there with us. Countries like US, Nigeria, China, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, UK has connected with us through the online session, and it was last evening at 7 p.m. in a form of plenary session 2. Also, we had certain master classes day before yesterday, wherein Professor Umesh Arya has taken a master class with the student on a pertinent point of AI. Now, this ICAN7 is an humble effort which is focusing on the changes that has observed in the content delivery, especially in the post-COVID era. Well, we all know that the influencer content today is a household name in this digital age, and this has attained a steep rise in the significance unlike it has ever seen in the history of media and communication. And if we talk about the dominant forces, I believe that it is not just shaping the trends or the opinion, but particularly the behavioral patterns of the audiences. We are well aware that UGC, which is a user-generated content today is a powerhouse. And I think to all students are sitting here, they are quite acquainted with Instagram, which says that the significant portion of the content is made by the community in that. Specifically, if I have to quote the sources, around 55.7% of the content is user generated, and around 18% of the creators are doing their primarily income, generating their primarily income from that. So despite all these benefits, influential content has a multitude of challenges, which is ranging from the mental health to screen addiction. And deliberate dissemination of the misinformation is very, very popular these days on the social media. Now comes is the algorithmic transparency, which refers to the use of algorithms which are meant to create and analyze the storytelling. So it is very clear that in the absence of algorithmic transparency, it is almost impossible to control the credibility as well as the problems which are there in the social world. Another aspect which is graving alarmingly is the authenticity of the content. And the backdrop is the deep fake and the fake videos which are getting viral for all the wrong reasons. So more or less keeping all these important concerns into the mind, this conference was the humble effort to provide light to this pertinent issue. And lots and lots of discussions have come out from this topic. This occasion has undoubtedly brought together cross-section of media academicians and students and research scholars also from all across the country. But I would say that, the creme de la creme of the media industry, the renowned top-notch people from academics, they all have come together to discuss about this issue. So on behalf of Delhi Metropolitan Education, I express my profound and most sincerest gratitude to all the eminent panel members who have joined us today, and all the research scholars and students and everybody who have joined us today. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for setting the tone for the valedictory ceremony. I now request and invite Honorable Justice Mr. Bhavar Singh Sir, Director General of Delhi Metropolitan Education and a former judge of the Allahabad Court, for his inspiring address. With his vast judicial experience and deep commitment to education, he continues to inspire and guide DME in its pursuit of academic integrity, discipline, and excellence. Sir.
Professor K.G. Suresh, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Asha Kapoor Mehra, Professor Avinash Singh, Ms. Pradhi Sadhvi Pragya, and Ms. Malika Malhotra yet to join. Faculty members, participants, and dear students. The 2 days interactions and discussions have really proved the significance of AI in the media. The more important questions which remain to be answered pertain to the relationship between the fundamental right to freedom of speech, which is availed of by the journalists, reporters, and media persons, and the public interest. Friends, there are numerous democratic countries in the world, the constitution of which says that freedom of speech is subject to certain restrictions. Canadian Constitution makes such a provision. Then South African countries, including Kenya, where the hate speeches are strictly prohibited, propaganda for war is also not permitted, and then laws of defamation are also there. If we compare our democracy with the democracy of other countries who claim to be democratic, I may not refer to the countries like Russia, China, even Pakistan, where democracy is namesake. The Prime Minister of the country can be imprisoned on speaking against the military higher-ups. I find that it is only in our country where, whether it is propaganda for the war, whether it is a hate speech, or whether we have defamatory laws, but anything can be spoken, not only by media persons but also by the politicians, by the public activists. Now the question arises as to where there should be a stoppage of the fundamental right of speech and the defamatory laws. There are many dilemmas. I believe some of them must have certainly been touched. The research and surveys are kept on being commented across the world, and I find that some acts of the reporters and media persons are not above such dilemmas. For instance, we hear that some reporters called freelancers, they take money to write up a story, and also not only this, but also they guarantee that more money will be paid by the TV channels or newspapers, whereupon their stories will be telecast or published. Likewise, accepting dinners, gifts is unethical. The reporters must conduct themselves like judges. They must be above every kind of suspicion, every type of allurement, and they should not succumb to any pressures too. Coming under the pressure and publishing a report is also unwarranted. Friends, in a democratic country, an arsonist was interviewed by a reporter without the permission of the police. An objection was raised, and even there was a debate whether police permission is required or not. May not be. In India also every day riots and argons take place. Hate speeches are delivered. But nobody is accountable. Nor there is any law which require permission of the police to record the statement of an argonist. Likewise, many reporters take thrills in reporting stories from the wars, exhibiting dead bodies, tragic deaths, lamenting families, etc., etc. The empathy and sympathy which is expected of the reporters is thwarted absolutely. Friends, what my concern at the concluding function of this 2 days ICAN conference is that the use of AI must be made by the reporters for the public good, in the national interest, for the peace to be restored in the society, and all reporters, newspapers, TV channels must take care of these burning issues prevailing in our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And with this, I would also like to thank Dr. ICAN7, Director, DME. Without his support and guidance, and of course the approvals, sir, the ICAN would not have been possible. So thank you so much. And also, I would like to request my audience to please kindly maintain the decorum and keep your phones on silent and in your pocket, please. Thank you so much. Felicitation is a gesture of honor and heartfelt appreciation acknowledging the presence and contribution of our distinguished guests. It is a token of respect for their achievements and the inspiration they bring to this occasion. I now request our Director General, sir, Director, sir, and HOD, ma'am, to kindly do the honors and felicitate our esteemed guests. The Award for Excellence in Media by DME Media School is a new addition, this time in ICAN7, recognizing outstanding contribution to the field of media. This prestigious award celebrates individuals who have demonstrated exceptional skills, innovation, and leadership, honoring those who have significantly advanced the media landscape through their dedication, creativity, and commitment to excellence. This year, we are honored to give this award to Shri Ramji Lal Jahangir, a pioneer in media education. He has founded 20 institutions and trained young journalists from 160 countries in 6 languages. With over 6 decades in journalism, advertising, radio, and television, he is credited as the father of Indian language journalism education. He launched several publications, including India's first media-focused magazine, Sanchar Madhyam, and was honored as Rajasthan Sahitya Academy's best author at the age of 24. And trust me, the list goes on and on. Unfortunately, due to health issues, sir was not able to join us, but his blessings are with us. I would request yes. And okay, I would request Sadhvi Pragya ji on behalf of sir to kindly receive the award. Director sir, kindly, DG sir, to kindly present the award to Shri Ramji Lal Jahangir, and Pragya ji will be accepting the award on behalf of sir. Okay. Please give a huge round of applause, everyone. Thank you so much. As we explore the informative, powerful of artificial intelligence in media, its opportunities and challenges, let us welcome our esteemed speakers who will shed light on the dynamic topic. We have with us Professor Dr. K.G. Suresh, a senior journalist turned academician, educationist, institution builder, socio-political commentator, and communication strategist. He's currently serving as a professor emeritus at APG Institute of Mass Communication. He's also the founder president of GMAC, India's only internationally driven academic platform, and also, sir, the list goes on and on for sir as well. So sir, I would kindly request you to join me and please grace us with your kind words. Give a huge round of applause for Professor Dr. K.G. Suresh.
Thank you, Garima. The most revered Sadhvi Pragya Bharati ji. She has been a source of great inspiration for a long time, and it's always a pleasure to share the stage with her. Also my fellow panelists, Professor Asha Kapoor Mehra, my very young friend Professor Avinash Singh, and the Honorable Director General Justice Bhamar Singh, the Honorable Director Professor Ravikant Swami. Also, sorry, Malika has also joined us, and Dr. Parul Mehra, who I believe is the dynamo behind this entire ICAN, esteemed faculty members, and dear students. Always a pleasure to be back at DME. And I'm really happy to see, Parul, that this is the 7th edition of ICAN. And when the first edition began, I was the Director General at IIMC. And we became a collaborating partner. And today also you mentioned that IIMC is a partner. So that partnership continues. And the second good thing about it is that generally I see that international conferences are held once in a while, but an institution has continued to organize it year after year. That speaks, I think, volumes of the institution's commitment to academic excellence and hosting such a major event. The topic given to me today is artificial intelligence in media, challenges and opportunities. I'm sure that since yesterday you have been bombarded with a lot of information about AI. About AI, there is a lot of confusion. People think that AI is going to destroy jobs. AI is going to replace human intelligence. I think the same fears very much were raised when the computers came to India first, I still remember, and people thought that it's going to make everybody, all the manual jobs are going to go, and where did we end up? India has become a superpower in softwares, and today it's Indians who dominate the Silicon Valley. Cities like Bangalore, Cyberabad, they have all come thanks to computer technology. So these are fears, the same kind of fears I remember when television came in. Then the first, you would be surprised to know that even cinema, due to which India is the largest producer of films in the world, and Indian films have made deep inroads across the world and is a very powerful tool of our diplomacy. But cinema was seen as an evil force by none other than the father of the nation himself, Mahatma Gandhi. He walked out of a cinema hall saying that this is evil, I don't want to see this. So that is the kind of, with any new technology, you come across a lot of speculation, a lot of fears, apprehensions. And the same was the case with mobile technology also. When it came, we used to make fun of people who used to. I still remember, when I was a young journalist, I used to cover the Prime Minister's office, and Mr. Bajpayee was the Prime Minister, and at his residence, whenever there used to be some function and one or two phones would ring, he used to call them tuntuna. Tuntuna baj gaya, he would say. But today that has become an integral part of our lives. We cannot think of even the common man in this country. And it's not just for entertainment, it's not just for communication. Today, the smartphone has become a very powerful tool for education itself. So the first thing I would say is that let's accept what AI has done to media is remarkable. In terms of the huge, when it comes to breaking down big data, what AI can do, no amount of manual efforts can do. 2, world over, AI is being used to customize content. Today, at a time when the world has no time, you want to read what you are interested in, you want to watch what you are interested in, you want to listen to what you are interested in. Customized content is the norm of the day. And that is available thanks to AI. So AI has brought about efficiency in work. And AI is certainly facilitating our communication. Suddenly, I often say that people who could not write one application, leave application properly, are today writing poetry. Thanks to the application of AI. But having said that, there are also some red flags which need to be raised. One is that we don't become so dependent on AI that AI starts dominating HI, that's human intelligence. In Norway, in Sweden, there is an entire rethink on edutech inside classrooms. They are saying that let's do away with smart classrooms, let's bring back the chalk, let's bring back the slates, let's bring back the blackboards. So you have a rethink where it is leading, because students have stopped even doing basic calculation. Students have stopped doing basic creative thinking. Now, that has made us dependent on AI. I have many of my students who work in the film industry who tell me that there is a dearth of original script writers when it comes to advertising, when it comes to script for OTT platforms. They don't have. In fact, in Hollywood, the people went on strike protesting against AI being used for script writing. Now we need to understand the limitations of AI also. Please remember, AI gives you whatever information it has from the data which is available. If the data is not there, AI can't help it. Recently I wanted to write a piece, somebody wanted me to write a piece, not write a piece, give a speech on Pandit Makhanlal Chaturvedi. So in Malayalam. So I thought that let me try it out what AI can do. Within split seconds, it gave up and said that, sorry, I still am not familiar with this. Let me, get back to you. It never got back to me is a different point. Because it doesn't have that information in that particular language. So please remember that AI comes with a lot of limitations. You ask AI or, for example, Alexa at home to say something, say for example, you ask it to abuse you, it won't. Alexa won't abuse you. Whatever is available, I often give this example, Honorable DG Saab, that I demitted office couple of months back. And after that, one of the journalists came to interview me. And he put it out on AI to get my details. And the AI said that I continue to serve as the Vice Chancellor. So he said that, sir, you are still VC. So I said, how come you are still VC as per AI? I said, because the media at that time had reported that I have been appointed, but the media never reported that I have demitted office. So it's not with AI. So AI's, information is limited. 2, AI is impacted by the bias in the data. So whether it is racial, ethnical, communal, whatever bias is there in the data gets reflected in the information that AI gives you, because it cannot distinguish. It will give you whatever is available. So there are limitations. If somebody has put out some fake, for example, I review a lot of research papers, and I found that there were research papers, research citations in research papers which never existed. But the AI reproduced them only because somebody had put it in the net. It's available online, so they also don't verify, they put it out. Already, Professor Parul Mehra has already referred to the, the technologies that are there, right from deep fake to, and you have seen the kind of problems that they are creating recently. The Indonesian government had to ban many of the apps that were working because they were showing the president of Indonesia promoting certain financial schemes. And today in Indian social media also you see Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman or your Infosys founder or others promoting certain financial schemes which are fraudulent schemes, because there is lip syncing, there is technology that's used, deep fake technology is being used. We have seen how even the Home Minister's speech was twisted, how even the Prime Minister was shown dancing to Garba tunes, how an actor, Rashmika Mandana, her very obscene pictures were floated on the media, social media. And this could tomorrow lead to a lot of problems, social divisions within, communal issues. It has the potential. You can kidnap a child by faking the voice of the parents, So it has, and we have already seen even the Prime Minister had spoken about the digital arrests and stuff like that. But is the solution running away from it? No. I believe that what is important is the need of the hour is media literacy. We need to tell our students, not just media students, we need to tell our students right from the primary school. We should include it in the school curricula because they are getting exposed to so much of media. Our children, our senior citizens, never before WHO had used the term infodemic. That means an overdose of information, wherein the user is unable to distinguish between the correct and incorrect information. So you have disinformation, misinformation, malinformation. Are you able to distinguish between them? No. So when there is an overdose of information, we need to be cautious in media. We need to spread media literacy, create awareness, and institutions like DME School of Media should, the way, and that's one suggestion I have, is that I tried it out at the institutions whichever I headed. Like you have law colleges which help the common man with legal aid camps. You have medical colleges which have medical camps. You have, social work students who offer social work in the local area. Similarly, I think media schools should adopt villages, local communities to create digital awareness. Maybe DME can take the step in this direction by adopting a local community and promoting media literacy. I think that there is a lot of opportunities available, and that's the last point I would like to make. Animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, virtual reality, augmented reality. If anybody is telling you that AI is going to take away jobs, no, it's creating newer kind of jobs. What is important is that you see, I had couple of months back, I had gone to Mahakal, Ujjain, and there, when I came out, there were these young boys who had installed binocular look-alike cameras. You just have to sit, give them 100 rupees, and they will, connect you to that. And you can, through virtual reality technology, you can actually get inside the Garbhagriha of Mahakal, which you cannot even imagine getting into in real life. And you can actually see, you will feel that you are inside the Garbhagriha. And that's the technology that's available. And I'm sure that these are n number of opportunities that are coming up. So please, you have social media managers, you have, a lot of analytics which are there. The job opportunities are endless. What is required is that we don't surrender to AI. We don't allow AI to dominate us. We make, like humankind has always made, all technologies tools for progress. Similarly, AI should also be utilized for the progress of the mankind, and let us all work in that direction, create more awareness in the society about AI. I can assure you that that would be, in the coming days, going to be the most powerful tool that can change humanity for the better. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experiences and your suggestions with us. Next, we have with us Professor Dr. Avinash Singh, an accomplished academician and administrator, formerly serving as the Pro Vice Chancellor of the University of Technology and Management, Shillong. With vast experience in higher education, he has contributed significantly to academic leadership, curricular development, and institutional growth. Please give a huge round of applause for Dr. Ashish.
The dignitaries on the dais, because again, if I take all the names, and all my colleagues, dear students, but one line I would like to mention. I've seen Dr. Parul developing or evolving from the days of a student at Punjabi University, Patiala, and heading something with lot of aplomb. मुझे 10 मिनट सिर्फ आपके ये चाहिए कि हम आपस में बात नहीं करेंगे, सीधी सीधी बात कर लेते हैं. जस्टिस भंवर सिंह ने बहुत बढ़िया बात की. फ्रीडम, यहाँ फ्रीडम क्या है? हेट स्पीचेस. मेरे कोलीग डॉक्टर के.जी. सुरेश ने क्या कहा? एआई के बाद we would be talking about those two Mandanas or Mandanas, Samriti and Rashmika. But see, first of all, we would like to, and not forgetting the presence of Sadhvi Pragya Bharti, Dr. Asha Mehta, and Malika, everybody who is here, and my colleague Professor Ashish and Sahai Saab, I remember you for a very long time. मुझे एक सीधा सा सवाल पूछना है आपसे. किसके लिए कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करना चाहता हूं? इतना बढ़िया सब्जेक्ट था, which said influencers content, The second part is we are talking about algorithmic transparencies, and then narrative building. 2 minutes on everything, that's all we want. मुझे एक आंसर चाहिए आपका. Can you tell me ABB or Big Brother or Big B how much he earns per second? अमिताभ बच्चन साहब 1 सेकंड में कितना कमाते हैं? जल्दी से, any guesses? From 533 rupees, he has gone up to 2,882 rupees per second. Only through endorsements. लेकिन endorsement क्या है? This is nothing. We say influencers कौन है? Influencers start with one level, जो आपको किसी खाने पीने की जगह की बात बताते हैं. Then a little higher, they talk about homestays, they talk about some other places, they talk about a little bit of jewelry or something else. But who are the real influencers? Anybody जिसने कभी Fair and Lovely या Glow and Lovely use किया था? Okay, we all have used sometime or other. Can anybody tell me किसी को फायदा हुआ? 2 लोगों को हुआ था. One was Yami Gautam, the other one was Shah Rukh Khan. उन दोनों को फायदा हुआ है. आपको हुआ कि नहीं? अभी who are the influencer? The biggest influencer in the country is Amitabh Bachchan. He, whether it is Ranveer Singh, whether it is Ranbir Kapoor, whether it is Shah Rukh Khan or Akki Bhaiya, they all are influencing us. And abhi kya hua? Rashmika Mandana and the other one, Smriti. Who is Smriti Mandana? Vice captain of the Indian women's cricket team. Promoting what? SBI. How many ads in a day? You can see her at least a minimum of 40 times during a day if you're watching television. Or the other Mandana, or it could be Ranbir Kapoor, or it could be Ranveer Singh. Idea is they are the influencers. And what are they doing and what content? I'll just restrict to one content. You remember recent ads of Quiet Please, recent ads of Fog. 4 of the ads had to be withdrawn. Why? Because the content wasn't making any dent. I'll just give you one example. What is latest? It started late 80s. It continues even today. We talk about communication wars, using AI, using the content building, using the leaks. You know, till the time media technology is safe, you develop platforms where I tell you, you are presenting some programs on television. Every 5 days, you know, same code is repeated and you got into a wrong discussion because the code of last week was working. Where is the security? Well, we come back to the original point. One, freedom. Freedom, somebody asked, यार तुम्हारे यहाँ तो बहुत freedom है. Come watch the freedom in Canada, watch the freedom in Australia. हमारी freedom क्या है? Hate speeches, कभी भी कहीं भी कोई पूछने वाला नहीं. अगर मैंने आपको कहीं भी फंसाना है तो स्पीच नहीं भी है तो मैं पुरानी आपकी कोई लेके डीप फेक से लेके I can still put you behind bars. और क्या है? Freedom to open my window and spit out of a car. This is our freedom. Freedom to be at any corner and start peeing. This is our freedom. On one side, we are talking about our freedom, we are talking about big things, but we have not been able to manage, because Dr. KJ actually hit the nail in the head by saying, why can't we make use of students? Now, I'm just talking about when we say narrative building. Today we are talking, everybody is talking, even in Gurdwaras, they are talking more children. Nobody is talking about explosion. I'm just talking freedom of honking horns on Indian roads, freedom of wrong direction driving, freedom of going anywhere. So first thing, आपके साथ क्या कर सकते हैं? And उसके लिए AI भी है, उसके लिए हमारे पास data available है, algorithms are available. बोर्ड लगे हुए हैं before we enter the tunnel, that is tunnel का नाम है okay, this is दुर्गति मैदान, प्रगति मैदान या भारत मंडपम. What is happening? It says you are entering this beautiful tunnel. There is something 2 kilometers before which says lane driving is safe driving. Lane driving was introduced in India 15 years back. मैंने अपने ड्राइवर से पूछा, ये लेन ड्राइविंग क्या है? कहता साहब, मैं वाइट लेन को बिल्कुल सेंटर में रखता हूँ, मुझे रात को दिखाई देता रहता है, दैट इज लेन ड्राइविंग. लेन ड्राइविंग अगर देखनी है, व्हाट दे हैव डन इन सिंगापुर, दे हैव डन इन Dubai, they have done in 20 other places in last 5-6 years, 10 years. We have not been able to. Did we teach lane driving to any Indian anywhere? Answer is no. एक छोटी सी बात आपके साथ मिलके एक काम कर सकते हैं. We can talk about lane driving and sane driving, and I can say the worst possible chalk in Noida is sector 63, sector 62, 63. What is happening? What they have created at Anand Vihar, Sarai Kale Khan. You have all the data. You have 6 lanes coming from one direction, और सब एक जगह आके converge हो रहे हैं. सराय काले खान ISBT भी है, metro, 2 different lanes, 3rd line is coming, 4th नमो भारत भी वहीं से चलेगी. 5वां क्या है? DTC का डेपो भी है, and it is the backside of one of the railway stations. कहाँ कर रहे हैं? And we are creating 5 more junctions like this. Our engineers have all the data, but that content is not being used. And for this use, I'm just saying, it's a request to the DME Media School. It is the request to DME management. Let's do one thing. Let's manage our traffic from 63 to 73. You would be, okay, nobody is. It is DME t-shirts which are on street handling traffic. हमें आज तक पार्किंग नहीं करनी आई. Just go to Pune or Bangalore, you would know what parking is. Whole of South. Go to Goa, you would know what parking is. हम कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे. So when we say, I know it should be little hot, but the fact is 2 more minutes, somehow data is available, we have the procedures, we have everything. are we putting that data? Are we using AI properly? Are we making use? And narrative building is very, very clear. Delhi or Delhi NCR, the inner NCR, 1 crore 43 lakh vehicles, only cars, and you are making more cars, more two-wheelers. Every two-wheeler has the right to honk. Can't we check? Now that we have machine, now that you have the cop sitting and they can observe you at every place, why can't you be चालान? चालान हो रहे हैं लेकिन उनका कभी भुगतान नहीं हुआ. Parking, wrong side driving, and what we do, business on streets. DTC का बस स्टॉप होता है, उसके आगे 10 टैक्सीज लगी हुई हैं. अगर आप नई बिल्डिंग्स, नई मल्टी स्टोरीज बना रहे हैं, हैव यू ever thought of having parking space, enough parking space? Because you have the data. How many people are expected on what day? लेकिन वो नहीं हो रहा. हमारा जो नरेटिव बिल्ड हो रहा है, हम सबको पता है नरेटिव किस तरफ बिल्ड हो रहा है. उस नरेटिव को छोड़ के let's do one exercise. You pick up the area, we'll start working only on traffic of that area and see. We produce results, DME would get known all over, because this we did in Assam, this we did in Meghalaya, this we did in Nagaland. Even today, Gangtok and Shillong have the best possible traffic because some people were there to help the university students. This together we can do, but also we can check जो influencers हैं वो हमें क्या buy करवा रहे हैं. You don't need to get influenced by them. You need to pick up the right information and analyze your information कि मेरे लिए क्या ठीक है. Well, jobs are there. आज से पहले दुबई में कौन से सिर्फ टू व्हीलर्स चल रहे हैं डिलीवरी बॉयज़ के, but every day they are increasing. They have already decided what is to be done 6 months from now, what is to be done in next 70 years. So we want to say we also need to plan what is to be done in next 20, 30, 40 years. This is what AI and all other tools can help, and a very positive narrative could be built. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Avinash, for your insightful words. Before I call upon Ms. Sadhvi Pragya Bharti, I would request Madhav sir to kindly play the video that we have received from Shri Ram Lal ji Jangir ji. Please.
वर्ष 2025 मानव जाति के विकास की दौड़ में कई उपलब्धियां जोड़ रहा है. इस वर्ष गुजरात के स्वर्गीय गृह मंत्री हिरेन पंड्या की चचेरी बहन सुनीता पंड्या विलियम्स अमेरिकी अंतरिक्ष स्टेशन में 6 महीने बिताकर पृथ्वी पर अपने सहयात्री के साथ सकुशल लौट आई. अप्रैल महीने में सोमवार 14 तारीख को पहली बार 6 महिलाएं धरती से 100 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई तक चक्कर लगाकर सकुशल लौट आई. उन्होंने ये अंतरिक्ष यात्रा अमेरिकी अरबपति जेफ बेजोस की ब्लू ओरिजिन कंपनी के न्यू शेफर्ड रॉकेट से पूरी की. वे 11 मिनट अंतरिक्ष में घूमी. हाल में लंदन के किंग्स कॉलेज के वैज्ञानिकों ने पहली बार प्रयोगशाला में इंसानों के दांतों को उगाने में सफलता पा ली है. एप्पल जल्दी सस्ते और हल्के विजन हैंडसेट के साथ ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी चश्मा बाजार में ला रहा है. जेमिनी लाइव गूगल का नया AI फीचर आ रहा है. इससे उपयोगकर्ता किसी भी सवाल का जवाब पूछ सकते हैं. इन आविष्कारों के साथ नए खतरे भी पैदा हो रहे हैं. 9 अप्रैल को अमेरिकी सीनेट की न्यायिक समिति में फेसबुक की पूर्व कर्मचारी सारा विलियम्स ने अपनी गवाही में कहा कि फेसबुक ने चीन के साथ मिलकर अमेरिकी सुरक्षा व्यवस्था को कमज़ोर कर दिया है। इसका अर्थ ये हुआ कि अलग अलग देशों को भी इन नए आविष्कारों से खतरा पैदा हो रहा है। भारत की बात करें, अकेले मुंबई शहर में पिछले 3 सालों में साइबर अपराध सहायता की हेल्पलाइन नंबर 1930 पर 1 लाख शिकायतें साइबर धोखाधड़ी की मिली। इनमें 241 करोड़ रुपयों की हेराफेरी की शिकायतें थी। पूरे भारत के आंकड़े तो हजारों करोड़ों रुपए के होंगे। साइबर अपराधों में बढ़ोतरी के साथ कृत्रिम मेधा की मदद से बच्चों के लिए अश्लील सामग्री बनाना पूरी दुनिया में चिंता पैदा कर रहा है। रोबोट कितने इंसानों के रोजगार छीन लेंगे, ये अलग परेशानी पैदा होगी। ड्रोन से मादक पदार्थों को देश भर के अलग अलग हिस्सों में पहुंचाना आसान होता जा रहा है। संक्षेप में कहें तो कृत्रिम मेधा, रोबोट, ड्रोन और साइबर अपराध मानव जाति के लिए नई चुनौतियां पैदा कर रहे हैं। हालांकि कुछ विशेषज्ञों का मानना है कि कृत्रिम मेधा शिक्षा में नई क्रांति लाएगा और साथ ही रोबोट चिकित्सा में मदद करेंगे। साइबर लेन देन जीवन को सुगम बनाएंगे। मगर ये जो नए खतरे पैदा हो रहे हैं, इनसे कैसे निपटेंगे, ये ढूंढना जरूरी हो गया है। दुनिया में 85 देशों ने एक नीति निर्धारक डॉक्यूमेंट पर हस्ताक्षर किए हैं और बहुत सारे देशों ने इस पर नियमन के लिए कानून भी बना दिए। भारत में इस बारे में सावधानी बरती जा रही है। इस संस्थान की जो मीडिया स्कूल है, उसकी देखरेख एक बहुत ही अनुभवी, बहुत ही परिश्रमी और बहुत ही शिक्षा के प्रति समर्पित प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर पारुल मेहरा कर रही हैं। मुझे लगता है कि जिस तरह से ये हर बच्चे पर ध्यान दे रही हैं, उससे ये लोग एक हमारी संचार क्रांति है, उसमें एक प्रभावशाली योगदान कर सकेंगे। धन्यवाद।
साध्वी जी, हम सब की तरफ से सर को शत शत प्रणाम ज़रूर करिएगा। एंड नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू कॉल यू हियर एंड प्लीज़ ग्रेस ऑल आवर स्टूडेंट्स विद योर काइंड वर्ड्स, मैम, प्लीज़।
First of all, I would like to congratulate and appreciate the efforts of Delhi Metropolitan Education Society, all the stakeholders, starting with Honorable Justice Bhavar Singh Ji, Professor Ravikant Swami, Professor Dr. Parul Mehra, Professor Vishal, Garima Ji, Dr. Yamini, who welcomed us, for organizing ICAN International Conference, because I was present yesterday also over Zoom and talking to the people, talking to the students about the future of AI, like Professor K.G. Suresh ji also mentioned about it. It is overwhelming. And to start with today's valedictory session, I would like to mention Professor K.G. Suresh, Professor Dr. Asha Kapoor Mehta, Professor Avinash Singh, Ms. Malika, and my dear students. I know it would be a little bit uncomfortable and uneasy for you, to sit here, but trust me, you won't find such galaxy of intellectuals, sharing their analogies, their real life experiences, talking to you about them, and this will gonna help you in the larger run of your life. And today, as we come close to this enlightening and deeply thought-provoking conference, I rise with a heart of gratitude, a mind brimming inside, and a soul stirred with collective wisdom that we have shared over past 2 days. We did not just gather here to talk about AI or media. We've gathered here to ask the timeless questions: what is truth? And who decides it? And how do we preserve it in an age of machines that can mimic reality but cannot yet comprehend conscience? This is very important question. In these 2 days, you must have explored the most cutting-edge innovations, the most pressing ethical dilemmas, and the most profound philosophical frameworks, drawing from not only law, journalism, technology, but also from Upanishads, from Bhagavad Gita, and timeless Vedic vision. I would like to begin it with a note that comes from our Upanishads that says, Isha Vasyamidam Sarvang Yat Kincha Jagatyang Jagat. What does it mean? All this, whatever exists around us, whether it's material or immaterial, it is pervaded by the divine. If we hold this truth close, then even the artificial intelligence becomes sacred. Even algorithms, they become couriers of divine consciousness. And now I would say this is a time to reflect. This conference reminded us that innovation without ethics is erosion. Information without wisdom is noise, and speed without direction is dangerous. As renowned philosopher beautifully said, the means are as important as the ends. The media we build with the help of artificial intelligence must be in alignment not with just our ambitions but with our values. You know, talking about values, I'd like to quote Swami Vivekananda ji. Swami Vivekananda ji beautifully said, he said, watch your thoughts, one day they will become your actions, and watch your actions, one day it will become your habit, and watch your habit, one day it will become your character. Acha, I'll ask you something. Let it make more interactive. I want your participation. How many letters are there in a habit? How many letters? 5. So habit का हिंदी में मतलब क्या होता है? आदत. आदत छोड़ना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. Habit. अगर habit में से आप H हटा दो तो क्या बचा? A bit still. A हटा दो तो क्या बचा? Bit अभी भी है. B हटा दो तो क्या बचा? अभी भी है. It. So this is habit. That is why Swami Vivekananda ji beautifully said, watch your thoughts, keep an eye on what you think. Because what are you thinking? You are providing the same thoughts to artificial intelligence because it is a machine. But what matters is your thought process. And finally, your thought process shapes you, shapes your character. You know, once what happened, Swami Vivekananda ji was, when he was traveling abroad, he was wearing very simple clothes, a turban over his head and saffron robe. So 2 youth, they mocked at him, seeing his simple robe. उनको लगा कि ये इनको कहाँ अंग्रेजी वंग्रेजी आती होगी, देखने में ये साधारण से monk लग रहे हैं, इनको तो कुछ भी नहीं आता होगा. You know, when they mocked at Swami Vivekananda ji, seeing his attire, what Swami Vivekananda ji said, he said, in your country, I did not know that a tailor makes a gentleman, because in my country, in Bharat, character makes a gentleman. Character makes a gentleman. So this is the power of character. This is the power that youth has in your hands. And to the youth, I would like to say, to the students of law and journalism who are present here, that you have the power. You are the flame keepers of free societies. You will inherit a world where truth is filtered through layers of code, where law will struggle to catch up with speed, and where news may be generated faster than it can be verified. So you have to be cautious. And remember, truth is not noise. It is a signal, and it will always find its frequency. What you need is to align yourself with spirituality, with the righteousness, so that you don't cross the wrong path in life. And before I end, I would like to say that this is our collective responsibility to all the academicians, to the technologists, to the educators who are present here. I would like to say, let us be the conscious keepers of code. Let us build frameworks where ethical design is as essential as efficient execution. Let us form not only AI charters, but AI yamas and niyamas, principles rooted in compassion, non-harming, truthfulness, and moderation. And as this beautiful journey concludes, let us take one mantra from our Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which says, Sangachadvam, Sangvadadvam, Sangvomanansi Jantam. You know what does it mean? एक साथ मिलकर सभी जब चलेंगे तो कुछ भी असंभव नहीं है. जानते हैं कैसे चलेंगे एक साथ? I would request all of you, whosoever is present here in the auditorium, to please raise your hands up in the air. कोई डरने की बात नहीं है. It's not a chore police thing. Raise your hands, everybody sitting here, up in the air, and join the hand of your immediate neighbor. Join the hand. You have to join the hands of your immediate neighbor. अगर immediate neighbor नहीं है, थोड़ा effort कर लीजिए. You know, if you, this is the vision. अगर हम ऐसे ही हाथों में हाथ डालकर एक साथ चलेंगे, then we can envision a Bharat where Bharat will become a world leader. You know, brothers and sisters, if you'll witness this from this vantage point, this is as beautiful as anything. So before I pause, I would just say one thing. May our knowledge lead to humility. May our technology serve truth. And may our future be not just smart, but also be sacred. So my best wishes to everyone present here. Thank you once again to Parulji for taking up this entire initiative and organizing this beautiful event, this 2-day conference, where you managed to bring people from varied walks of life. You created this galaxy of intellectuals. And thank you for inviting me. And students, all the best for all your future endeavors. Good luck. God bless you. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful words. Now we have with us Professor Dr. Asha Kapoor Mehta, a distinguished economist and social scientist currently serving as chairperson of the Center for Gender Studies at the Institute of Human Development. Ma'am, kindly grace us with your kind words.
Thank you very much. Justice Bhavar Singh Ji, Professor Swami, Professor Suresh, Professor Avinash Singh, Sadhvi Pragya Bharti, Ms. Malika Malhotra, Professor Parul, Dr. Yamini, and everyone who's taken the time and had the patience to stay on for this valedictory session of what has been a 2-day seminar that all of you have participated in. Congratulations to DME on conducting the 7th ICAN. You know, I'm going to use a few examples as I talk about, you know, the subject of this valedictory session, which is on influencers' content, algorithmic transparency and narrative building. And I'm going to focus actually on narrative building. You know that whether you use AI or not, the fact is that bias is going to lead to bad results, or bias in data is going to lead to biased findings. Lack of research and using research tools and knowledge in the right way is going to lead to inaccurate findings as well. And then it leads to bad policy. You know, so if you have flawed data, bias, pushing content, then what you're going to get, the outcome that you're going to get is not going to be what you wanted to get when you started out. So, so when you use lobby groups, and whether you influence through lobby groups or propaganda or algorithmic pushing of content, what's going to happen is you're going to get specific feed, and that specific feed is not going to push you in the direction in which you should be heading. So, what you're going to get is false narratives that may seem plausible, but let me explain what the story is. How many of you know, have you heard of HMT? कभी HMT की घड़ी पहनी थी किसी ने? HMT का नाम सुना है? अब तो कोई घड़ी पहनता ही नहीं है. Hardly anybody wears a watch anymore. But there was a time when HMT was well known for what? For machine tools. And what were machine tools? Machine tools were basically the foundation for producing any manufacturing output in the country. Okay? Now, I don't know if any of you have heard of any machine tool or know what are the many different kinds. There's a whole range of machine tools. So you probably haven't heard of lathes and milling machines and CNC machines and so on and so forth. But there was this propaganda that happened in the US some 40 years ago, and I'm going to just walk you through a little bit about that. So the US machine tool industry and also the Indian machine tool industry at that time were both losing markets, and they were losing competitiveness. Okay? So what was the reaction to this? So this was in the 1980s and 90s. And the US machine tool industry was facing increasing competition from the Japanese manufacturers who were exporting high quality, cost competitive machines. So how did the NMTBA, which was the lobby group or the traders group or association of manufacturers of machine tools in the US, respond? So what they did was, they said that the Japanese government was subsidizing the Japanese machine tool manufacturers, okay, through bicycle racing wager money so that they could export cheap products to the US. And they took that further. They didn't realize that actually the problem was with the US machine tool industry, which was producing on a cost plus basis. And instead, they were targeting Japanese manufacturers who identified niche markets within the US, which wanted low-cost products, which wanted low-cost machine tools. And so what did NMTBA do? What NMTBA did was, they pressed for limits on imports, particularly of CNC or computer numerically controlled machines, and argued that these were being used in the production of weapon systems, and they argued for getting voluntary restraints on exports from Japan and Taiwan, and thereby restriction of imports of machine tools into the US. Who was hurt by this story? Or who was hurt by this false propaganda, AI or otherwise? All that it did was that the manufacturers who needed cheap machines were not able to get those cheap machines at fair prices. I'll take a second example. There was a hospital in India, in Chandigarh, which suddenly found that a lot of the people who were coming to them with, a lot of the children who were coming to them with jaundice were boys. So the conclusion was drawn that boys are more susceptible to jaundice than are girls. Does that make sense? If you drink the same contaminated water, it's the same household, unless the boys are eating out and the girls are not. By and large, if it's the same household, the likelihood is that both boys and girls who are drinking contaminated water will be susceptible to jaundice. So what do you have to do? If you take the propaganda, use AI and push notifications and say, boys get jaundice, girls don't get jaundice, what is the result that's going to happen? You're going to get garbage in, garbage out. You put in rubbish, you got rubbish, right? So actually the story was that there's an underlying gender bias within households. So when boys got jaundice, they were taken to the hospital for treatment. When girls got jaundice, they were taken to the local jhad phook wala, and it was hoped that the girl would get okay. Now this is something that needs rectification within the entire system that we live in. So therefore, push notifications or otherwise, false narratives lead to bad results, right? I'll give you another example. And this example has to do with, I don't know how many of you have heard about women don't work, the female labor force participation rate in India is low. Suna hai, nahi suna hai? Suna hai? कितने लोगों ने सुना है कि लड़कियां काम नहीं करती हमारे देश में, अगर लड़कियां काम करती तो हमारा जीडीपी पता नहीं कहां पहुंच जाता? सुना है ना? सुना है? ठीक है. So what is this? It's a false narrative, and it's false propaganda, and it's false. It leads to results that are so false that they are all over national and international documents. So this is so unfortunate. असलियत क्या है? You know, what is the reality? आपने कभी कठपुतली वाले के बारे में सुना है? कठपुतली वाला सुना है कि नहीं सुना है? कठपुतली वाली के बारे में सुना है? नहीं सुना ना? क्यों नहीं सुना? वो कठपुतली बनाती कौन है? वो पपेटियर जो है वो लेकर के जाता है 5 स्टार होटल्स में, गांव गांव, शहर शहर में, एंड वो पपेट शो दिखाता है. ही इज द वर्कर, ही इज द कठपुतली वाला. कठपुतली वाली कहाँ गई इस कहानी में? बनाया किसने कठपुतली को? मतलब वो लक्कड़ लेके उसको घिसाई कर करके उसके कपड़े बना के सी के उसकी पेंटिंग करके कितने दिन उसने लगाए और एक कठपुतली बनी. कठपुतली वाला becomes a worker, कठपुतली वाली becomes invisibilized and वो कुछ नहीं करती. ये सुना है कि नहीं सुना है ये फ्रेज? कुछ, कि वो कुछ नहीं करती. ठीक है, ये what is that? That is again push notifications, AI narratives, bad propaganda, bad research, right? And false, you know, flawed results. Okay, bad output, bad results. ठीक है, अब आप डेटा को देख, अगर इसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आप डेटा को देख लो तो आपको डेटा क्या दिखाता है? हमारे सेंसस का डेटा जो है फ्रॉम, इफ यू लुक एट द डेटा फ्रॉम 1971 all the way through to 2011, what does the data tell us? That 50% of men, 52, 53, 54% of males are workers. तो worker population ratio जो है 52%, 52.7%, 52.6%, 53% of males are workers. Females को लेकर के क्या मिलता है हमें? We get 13.9% of females, 19%, 20%, 22%, 25% of females are workers. Okay, so that is what the data is telling us. Let's move forward. These are official statistics. Let's look at the NSS. The NSS all the way through from 1972-73 till 2011-12. If you look at the data, again, all the way through worker population ratio, you get more than 50% of males are working, whether you look at rural areas or whether you look at urban areas. 54.5, 55, 53, ऐसे करके ऊपर नीचे हल्का हल्का, लेकिन more than 50%, between 50 and 54, 55% of males are workers. And what do you get for women? Rural women, you get 31.8, 33, 34, 29, 24.8 in rural areas. हो सकता है that the woman will sit around in a rural area, do nothing. Huh? You get only 24, half the proportion of males who are working in rural areas, right, is the data stating that this is the percentage of women work. It's not feasible. The basic thing that you as students and researchers need to do is say, is this plausible? Does it make sense? Ask those questions and then go out and look for answers. Same thing, the data for urban areas is even worse. Now, when you get the PLFS data, because now NSS ki jagah pe PLFS data is what we are getting, you get better results. You're getting 24, 25%, and now it's gone up to 36%, and then 41% of females in rural areas are working. And similarly for in urban areas, you're getting about 25% of urban females are working. But for males, again, the data is showing 77 to 80% of males are working, whether you look at rural or look at urban areas. So these are huge issues. And again, if you look at the reality, what is the reality? The reality is that, for example, when you look at, when you disaggregate the data, what you get is, for 2018-19, you get only 4% of women in Bihar were shown as workers. Is it possible that in Bihar, you would have only 4% of women working when you had much higher estimates, 24% for Jharkhand, this was one state. Take 2 more minutes. So, you know, so when you look at inaccuracies of data, then what you get is bad data leading to bad results, leading to flawed policy. If you look at a Golgappa pani puri khaya kisi ne? Khaya na? Golgappe wale ka naam suna hai na? Golgappa banata kaun hai? Uski बीवी. सुबेरे 6 बजे, 4 बजे, 5 बजे उठ के एक एक पूरी को उसको रोल आउट करके फ्राई करना, चने बनाना, इमली का पानी बनाना, मुंह में पानी आ गया हो तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. इमली की चटनी बनाना वो सब कुछ कौन करता है? वो गोलगप्पे वाली करती है. दिक्कत क्या है कि अगर आप head of household से, when you ask the head of household who works in your house, he says he does. When you say does your wife work, he says वो कुछ नहीं करती. When you ask the wife कि आप क्या करते हो, she's already internalized this propaganda, push notification, non-AI, AI, whatever you use, and she says मैं कुछ नहीं करती. So her work becomes invisibilized. So now when we take it to the next level, when you say कि if only India's women worked, India's GDP would double. Does it make sense? Do you know what GDP is? GDP of Golgappas is calculated based on how many Golgappas were prepared and sold. So the value of the Golgappa includes her labor and his labor. So her work is already counted in the value of the Golgappa. But she is not counted as a worker because the work is not attributed to her. So aise na, there are hundreds of examples that I can give you because I've spoken to women and men in many, many, many villages in the country. So whether you talk about non-timber forest produce or gond or gum karaya, or you talk about agriculture, women are working in each one of these fields, but their work gets invisibilized, and that's the false narrative that's being propagated by national as well as international journals. And this is the issue that has been taken up finally by the Economic Survey 2 years ago, when they started questioning this and rectifying it, as now the PLFS data, or the Periodic Labor Force Statistics, has shown an improvement in female labor force participation rates, but it's nowhere near what it should be. So it still doesn't capture the reality. Okay? So there are many examples that I can give you of this kind, whether it's in the area of poverty, or whether it's in the area of work, or whether it's in the area of morbidity and how many people are ill. The thing to do as researchers, as thinking persons, as students, is to ask the question, does this make sense? And then go out and recheck for yourselves, ask questions in the right way of the right stakeholders, and question the data that's being pushed at you, whether by AI or otherwise. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Before I call our next speaker, I have two announcements. One, Mr. Yogesh has found some lost key, so kisi ki agar hai to please unse le le. Another thing is that kindly keep some patience after this academic ceremony. We have cultural presentation as well, so please hold your seats. And I would like to now call on stage Ms. Malika Malhotra, a well-known news anchor and journalist with Z News.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hello to everyone on the dais. Lot has been covered already. और I think ये एक ऐसा topic है artificial intelligence जिसके बारे में आजकल बहुत बात हो रही है, and especially with respect to media also, like a lot of people have a lot of concerns. I'm assuming all the students sitting here are aspiring journalists. आप लोग सब journalism students हैं? Are you all like really curious about like potential threats of artificial intelligence? किस तरह से artificial intelligence की growth हो रही है? आप लोगों ने AI news anchors देखे होंगे आजकल news channels पे. What do you think about that? Do you think it's nice? It's good to watch them? No? Why? 50-50. But क्या missing क्या लगता है आपको? Emotions, right? Right. Because it's a machine. वो computers हैं, वो इंसान नहीं है. और जो जितनी उनकी limitation है, जितना उन्हें बताया जाता है, वो उतना ही करते हैं. And it's not a distant dream now. AI has reached our newsrooms, and we are using artificial technology in the newsrooms on a day-to-day basis. AI news anchors को आप देखते हैं, but हम AI technology और कामों के लिए भी use करते हैं, like for a production work. the kind of reports that you watch on TV. We use AI technology. We use AI technology in voiceovers also. मैं यहाँ पर आप लोगों के सामने खड़े होके बात कर रही हूँ, लेक्चर दे रही हूँ, बट मेरे ऑफिस में मेरी आवाज़ को यूज़ कर कर वॉइस ओवर रिकॉर्ड किया जा रहा है. So AI के बहुत फ़ायदे भी हैं, but I think it's too early to declare artificial intelligence as a boon, because it may prove to be a bane even in the near future, because of the development of AI is still in its nascent stage. अभी इस टेक्नोलॉजी को डेवलप होने में वक्त लगेगा. अभी एक तरह से कहा जा सकता है कि इसका इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ है, बट वी हैव टू स्टिल सी कि इसका फ्यूचर कैसे रहने वाला है. सो आई डोंट सी AI एज अ थ्रेट. AI कैन बी रियली हेल्पफुल, रियली यूजफुल इफ़ यूज्ड रिस्पॉन्सिबली. ऑलरेडी सब लोग यहाँ पर इसके हर पहलू के बारे में बात कर चुके हैं, लेकिन एज अ न्यूज़ एंकर मैं अगर अपनी इंडस्ट्री की या न्यूज़ चैनल्स में इसकी यूज़ की बात करूँ, या अगर हम ये सोचो कि क्या आने वाले समय में हमें टीवी पर सिर्फ बॉट्स बात करते हुए, खबरें बताते हुए देखेंगे, तो मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है पर्सनली. यू नो, बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, आई डोंट सी इट एज अ थ्रेट एट ऑल. आई थिंक आई एम गोइंग टू बी हियर, स्टे हियर फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. सो इसमें ऐसी कोई इस तरह की थ्रेट की कोई बात नहीं है. इनफैक्ट आई थिंक आप AI को कैसे यूज़ कर सकते हो अपने काम को बेहतर करने के लिए, बिकॉज ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजी, जिस तरह से एडवांसमेंट्स हो रही हैं, यू नो, इट कैन मेक योर लाइफ ईजी, इट कैन बी लाइक टाइम सेविंग. And everyone is talking about AI these days for, of course, valid reasons. And as to the future of workforce development report, 62% of recruiting managers anticipate significant changes in the nature work of AI. With respect to media, it is expected to have a significant impact on every aspect of the media value chain. But this might change as well. India has emerged as 4th global leader in AI as per the Global AI Index. यानी कि अगर अपने देश की बात करें तो इंडिया इसमें बहुत निवेश कर रहा है. इंडिया AI पर काम कर रहा है, और आने वाले समय में मुझे लगता है AI के क्षेत्र में हम लोग और बेहतर हो जाएंगे, इसमें डेवलपमेंट और होगी. And looking forward, it's apparent that AI anchors will become integral to our media landscape. लेकिन सिर्फ AI टेक ओवर कर लेगा, ऐसा होने के चांसेस मुझे तो बहुत कम लगते हैं. बिकॉज जैसे कि आपने कहा, व्हेन यू वॉच them on TV, so you feel that disconnect, because they are machines, they are like bots talking to you. See, for example, how they can make your life easy. जैसे एक माँ, like a mother tells a bedtime story to their kid, and if she's a working mother, she wants to go out, and in her absence she can have a bot जो कि उनकी आवाज़ में उनके बच्चे को वही बेड टाइम स्टोरी बता सकता है. तो इट्स डेफिनेटली मेकिंग योर लाइफ ईजी ऑल्सो, बट एट द सेम टाइम हर टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ वो होता है ना, जैसे आपकी पावर बढ़ती है वैसे आपकी जिम्मेदारी भी बढ़ती है. अगर इसे रिस्पॉन्सिबली यूज़ किया जाए तो इट कैन बी रियली लाइक रेवोल्यूशनरी थिंग. और आप सभी, बिकॉज आप लोग सब एस्पायरिंग जर्नलिस्ट हैं, सो मैं आप लोगों को ये कहूँगी कि जो भी आपने यहाँ पर सीखा है, गो होम, रीड मोर अबाउट इट एंड बी मोर क्यूरियस अबाउट इट, बिकॉज आने वाला टाइम टेक्नोलॉजी का है, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का है. तो आप लोगों को इसके प्रॉज एंड कॉन्स ज़रूर समझने की कोशिश करना चाहिए. एंड आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. मैं यहीं पर ख़त्म करना चाहूँगी, बिकॉज आई हैव अ बैड थ्रोट, आई वोंट बी एबल टू टॉक फॉर लॉन्ग. But thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Parul ma'am, for inviting me. It has been a great experience for me as well. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We now take pride in presenting the Best Paper Award of the technical sessions. These papers have been selected for their originality, depth of research, and valuable contribution to the theme of the conference. But before that, I would request DG sir and Avinash sir to please join us on the stage, and Asha ma'am as well. And felicitate first Dr. Yamini Kullar, our co-convener of ICAN, for her unwavering dedication and tireless efforts in making this convention a great success. I would request all the dignitaries to please come on the stage. Parul ma'am. Her commitment and meticulous planning have been truly commendable. Everyone give a huge round of applause for Dr. Yamini Kullar. Also, we would like to thank Dr. Shifali Chibbar, who is also the co-convener for ICAN7, for her deep commitment towards ICAN. Now it's time to acknowledge the dedication of the co-chairs of the technical sessions. I would like to call upon stage Professor Ashish Chatterjee. Give a huge round of applause for Professor Ashish Chatterjee. Next we have with us Mr. Madhav Sharma. Mr. Vishal Sahai. Okay, I'm going to call my own name. Last but not the least, it's Miss Garima Jain. Okay, coming to our technical session award winning papers. The first session winner is Lakshita Pant and Dr. Shrinkla Upadhyay from Sharda School of Media, Film and Entertainment, Sharda University. They are here with us. Technical session 4 offside winner, Utkalika Priyadarshini and Dr. Mehak Jonjua from Sharda University. Give a huge round of applause. Our online technical session winners are Ms. Rama Chaudhary from IIS University, Jaipur, and Shweta Srivastav, Kalindi College, DU. No, they are online winners for our next. And lastly, Kinjal and Dr. Manmeet from IIMT. Ananya? For? On behalf of the winners of online sessions, Ananya is here to accept the certificate. Thank you so much. We will unveil the newsletter now. We are delighted to announce the digital launch of the ICAN special newsletter, Journalism @DME, a unique edition curated within just 24 hours. This dynamic publication captures the essence, energy, and key highlights of the convention, showcasing the talent and dedication of our young minds, for which I would like to call upon the stage the team of newsletter, Ms. Chetna Sharma, Professor Ashish Chatterjee, student editors Deepika Singh and Dhruv Raj. Sir, DG sir, I request you to felicitate our newsletter team. Student editors Dhruv Raj and Deepika Singh with Ms. Chetna Sharma and Professor Ashish Chatterjee. Please give a huge round of applause for their dedications. Within 24 hours, this newsletter was out, which is a huge thing. Now, on behalf of all the members of the editorial board of the ICAN proceedings, I would request Ms. Mansi Juneja to receive the memento. Give a huge round of applause for Ms. Mansi Juneja. We sincerely thank Mr. Yogesh Sharma for his consistent and efficient technical support throughout the convention. His behind-the-scenes efforts ensured the smooth execution of the session. Give a huge round of applause for Mr. Yogesh Sharma. Thank you so much, all the dignitaries. Thank you. Now I would like to call upon stage Mr. Vishal Sahai for vote of thanks.
नमस्कार, मैंने स्पीच लिखी थी विद द हेल्प ऑफ एआई, मिल गई। बट इस बार एआई का यूज़ जो मैंने किया अपनी स्क्रिप्ट पर, वो हिंदी में किया। मैंने एआई को बोला कि आप मुझे हिंदी स्क्रिप्ट लिख के दें। उन्होंने इतनी उत्कृष्ट हिंदी लिखी तो मैं भी नहीं पढ़ पाया। तो पहले सम्मानित मंच, परिवार के हमारे मुखिया जस्टिस भवन सिंह सर, अविनाश सर, आशा कपूर मैम, दीदी प्रज्ञा, केजी सर चले गए हैं, और मल्लिका मल्होत्रा जो विद्यार्थी भी रही हैं हमारी। आप सबका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद कि आपने इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कॉन्फ्रेंस के समापन समारोह में अपनी उपस्थिति दर्ज कराई और हम सबका मार्गदर्शन किया। आपका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। जो विषय था वो था एआई, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। बहुत लोगों ने, सभी विद्वान लोगों ने बहुत अच्छी बातें उन्होंने कही, पर एक चीज़ बड़ा इम्पॉर्टेंट है, जो बात अविनाश सर ने कही। उन्होंने बात की इन्फ्लुएंसर्स की। उन्होंने कई इन्फ्लुएंसर्स के बात की, कई इन्फ्लुएंसर्स के नाम गिनाए, पर आज के दौर पे अविनाश सर मैं कहूँगा जो सबसे बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर हैं वो है प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी। दूसरे नंबर पे आते हैं, कभी रामदेव हुआ करते थे, अब बाबा बागेश्वर। आप मोदी जी की बात मैंने इसलिए उठाई कि 2014 में उन्होंने कहा कि स्वच्छ भारत अभियान, पूरा भारतवर्ष लग गया उनके उस अभियान में। उन्होंने बोला सब्सिडी छोड़ दो, उन्होंने सब्सिडी छोड़ दी। तो सबसे बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर तो हमारे प्रधानमंत्री हैं। दूसरी बात, सर की बात से मैं इत्तेफाक रखूंगा कि यूथ का काम है कि जो समाज में कमियां हैं उसको वो ठीक करें, बताएं नहीं, जुट जाएं उस काम में। सर ने ट्रैफिक का एग्जाम्पल दिया, सर ने बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, पॉल्यूशन का एग्जाम्पल है। बट क्या होता है कि हमें भगत सिंह तो चाहिए, पर दूसरे के घर में, हमारे अपने घर में नहीं। हम कह सकते हैं कि साहब आप ये काम करिए, बट आप जाके करिए, हम नहीं करेंगे। तो जब तक हम महसूस नहीं करेंगे कि ये हमें करना है, तब तक ये पूर्ण नहीं होगा। साथ तौर पर दीदी ने जिस तरीके से आध्यात्मिक बात की, और उनको कई बार, मुझे 2-3 बार मिलने का मौका आज मिला, बट वैसे मैं 2-3 बार उनसे मिल चुका हूं दूर से। उनकी बातें बहुत सहजता के साथ मैंने सुनी। आजकल अध्यात्म का बड़ा जोर है। सबको पता है कि मेडिटेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हर आदमी मेडिटेशन कर रहा है, पर अपना फोन लेके, पता नहीं कैसे। हर आदमी लगा हुआ है, क्या कर रहे हैं? आई एम डूइंग माई मेडिटेशन विद माई आईफोन। गाना चला लिया, बीच में इंस्टाग्राम रील भी देख ली, मेडिटेशन चल रहा है। ऐसे तो नहीं चलेगा। अगर आध्यात्म से जुड़ना है तो आत्मा से जुड़ना पड़ेगा। जिस दिन आप आत्मा से जुड़ जाएंगे उस दिन आध्यात्म अपने आप आपके साथ हो जाएगा। दूसरी बात, हमारा जो विषय था आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, सब वक्ताओं ने बहुत अच्छा बोला, अच्छे से बोला, पर जितने भी लोग यहां पर बैठे हैं सब एआई का यूज करते हैं, पर बताता कोई नहीं है। मैं तो खुलेआम कह रहा हूं, मैंने स्क्रिप्ट एआई से लिखी और जानबूझ के लिखी कि एआई क्या समझता है हमारे इस आईकैन के बारे में। बहुत अच्छे शब्दों में लिखा है, लेकिन वो पढ़ा नहीं मैंने। लेकिन सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जो मैंने कुछ दिन पहले, हमारा एचआर कॉन्क्लेव भी हुआ था, कि एआई की जरूरत है, उसको हेल्पिंग हैंड बनाओ, उसको फ्रेंड बनाओ, लेकिन उसको लाइफलाइन मत बनाओ। जिस दिन आपने उसको लाइफलाइन बना दिया उस दिन आप अपने डिक्लाइन की तरफ बढ़ जाएंगे। गरिमा मैम खड़ी हो चुकी हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने 2 शब्द कहे थे बोलने के लिए। उनकी बात को मैं अध्यादेश मानते हुए आप और सभी लोगों का तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। साथ ही साथ मैं प्रोडक्शन टीम और का तहे दिल से धन्यवाद, स्पेशली फ्रेम्स का अध्यक्ष और उपाध्यक्ष दोनों बैठे हैं। हमारे जो एडमिन हैं, एडमिन सर मिस्टर पॉल, आनंद सर, अकाउंट डिपार्टमेंट पवन सर, हमारी जो बैकबोन है इस हॉस्पिटैलिटी टीम की, सरिता दीदी, साहू भाई, शेखर भाई और सुरेंद्र भाई, उनका तहे दिल से, क्योंकि उनके इन अथक प्रयासों के बगैर हम इसको पूरा नहीं कर सकते थे। साथ पर हमारी विभाग की अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर पालूर मेहरा, जिनकी लीडरशिप और जिनके आशीर्वाद से, जिनके भागीदारी से ये कॉन्फ्रेंस पूरी हुई, उनका भी तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। साथ ही हमारे परिवार के जो मुखिया हैं जैसे भंवर सिंह सर, रविकांत सर और हमारे वाइस चेयरमैन सर अमन सर का आशीर्वाद, उनका मार्गदर्शन हमें, हमारे डिपार्टमेंट को हमेशा मिलता रहा है और आशा करते हैं कि आगे भी इसी तरीके का सहयोग उनसे हमें मिलता रहेगा। साथ में हमारी एंकर गरिमा जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। लगातार 2 दिन से वो एंकरिंग कर रही हैं, तो जोरदार तालियां उनके लिए। और जितने भी वॉलंटियर्स थे उन सबका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सो मच विशाल सर। स्टूडेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर्स का मैं ज़रूर थैंक यू कहना चाहूँगी, चाहे वो डेकोर टीम है, हॉस्पिटैलिटी टीम है, रजिस्ट्रेशन टीम है, हमारी लॉजिस्टिक टीम है, हमारे एंकर्स जो सारे टेक्निकल सेशंस के थे, थैंक यू सो मच। आप लोगों की सहायता के बिना ये नहीं हो पाता।
Just a little patience, everyone. We're starting with the exciting part. Good evening, everyone. I, Ananya Kaushik, student of DME Media School, with my co-host Achal Jha, are thrilled to be your host for the cultural segment of ICAN7's Valedictory ceremony.
आज का इवेंट एक गैदरिंग नहीं बल्कि एक कल्चरल सेलिब्रेशन है, एक सफ़र जो हमें डांस और म्यूज़िक के ज़रिए दुनिया भर की खूबसूरती का एहसास दिलाएगा।
हमारी पहली परफॉर्मेंस सिर्फ एक डांस फॉर्म नहीं, एक इमोशन है जहाँ साइलेंस भी अपनी कहानी बोलता है। Bharatnatyam is truly a poetry in motion, and to present this grace and rhythm, we call upon Gopika to take the stage with her melodic movements. Everyone please give a round of applause.
Pani mama, saga nisa pani mama, saga nisa pani mama, tira daga din tari tari kida tom naach rahe gori tam teri tare kida daga din tari kida tom naach rahe gori tam teri tare kida daga बाजे पायल कहो जननी
Thank you, Gopepra, for such a wonderful performance.
अब वक्त है उस पल का जहां हम म्यूजिक को सिर्फ सुनेंगे नहीं, हम उसे महसूस भी करेंगे. Let's step into a world where music is not just heard, it's experienced, presenting Enigma to take us all on a musical journey.
कुछ पाने की हो आस आस, कोई लम्हा हो जो खास खास आशाएं. हर कोशिश में हो हार हार कर दरियाओं को आर पार आशाएं. तूफानों को छीन ले, मंजिलों को छीन ले, आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की. अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी. आशाएं खिले दिल की, उम्मीदें हंसे दिल की. अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी, नहीं कुछ भी. ऐ खुदा मुझको बता, तू रहता कहाँ, क्या तेरा पता. हम तो यहाँ के मुसाफिर हैं, जो ढूंढे अपनी मंजिल का पता. ऐ खुदा तुझको पता, तू रहता कहाँ, क्या तेरा पता. हम तो यहाँ के मुसाफिर हैं, जो ढूंढे अपनी मंजिल का पता. यारा तेरी याद आती है, जाना मेरी जान जाती है. तन्हाइयों में रहता हूँ, खुद से ही अक्सर ये कहता हूँ. क्यों तूने दिल तोड़ा, क्यों तूने यूं छोड़ा, क्यों तेरा अब भी रहे दिल को इंतजार. क्यों चली आती है, क्यों तड़पाती है, क्यों हूँ मैं अब भी मैं यूं बेकरार. ऐ खुदा मुझको बता, तू रहता कहाँ, क्या तेरा पता. हम तो यहाँ के मुसाफिर हैं, जो ढूंढे अपनी मंजिल का पता. ऐ खुदा मुझको बता, तू रहता कहाँ, क्या तेरा पता. हम तो यहाँ के मुसाफिर हैं, जो ढूंढे अपनी मंजिल का पता. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Enigma, for such a beautiful performance.
बढ़ते हैं अपने अगले परफॉर्मेंस की ओर, टू द लैंड ऑफ चिनार्स और बर्फ से भरी वादियाँ. ये कश्मीरी डांस सिर्फ एक परफॉर्मेंस नहीं बल्कि एक याद है, अ रिमाइंडर ऑफ वैलीज टाइमलेस क्रेज.
चल चलेंगे चार चनारों से मिलेंगे, चल चलेंगे चार चनारों से मिलेंगे. है वादी कश्मीर बहारों से मिलेंगे, बहारों से मिलेंगे. वादी कश्मीर है, वादी कश्मीर है, वादी कश्मीर है, वादी कश्मीर.
Bum 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 bum,
காத்துல பறக்குதடா இது குத்தாட்டோ ராக்காட்டோ நீ கேளுடா ராக்குனா அங்க வெயிட்டுடா குத்துனா இங்க கெத்துடா ரெண்டுமே கலந்தா மாசுடா சே டோ ரே மீ ஃபா சோலாட்டிடோ ராக்கு குத்து சேர்ந்து வந்தா ராகா குத்து இது தாண்டா ராக்கு குத்து சேர்ந்து வந்தா ராகா குத்து இது தாண்டா
മുനിയാണ്ടി പണ്ടാരങ്ങൾ മുറ്റത്തെത്താറായല്ലോ മറുപട വീട് ഇത് തിരുമലമേട് ഇനി അഗ്നിക്കാവടിയാടാ തീ കനനിൻ നാഴിയൊരുക്കണ്ടേ പൂപ്പട കൂട്ടാൻ ഇനി കൊട്ടടവട്ടം തീരാളിക്കോലം ചുറ്റിക്കോമരമുണ്ടേ പാടും പരിചയുണ്ടേ ഉകില നാട്ടില ആരുവിളക്ക് ചിലമ്പിൻ ചിലമ്പുമുണ്ടേ അഞ്ചി കൊഞ്ചടി കൊഞ്ചടി കുറുമ്പി വെൽമുരുക ഹരോഹരാ ഹോ വെലായുധാ ഹരോഹരാ വെൽമുരുക ഹരോഹരാ ഹോ വെലായുധാ ഹരോഹര ചൂരം പടയുടെ ചെമ്പട കൊട്ടിക്കോലം തുള്ളും താളം വീരൻ പടയുടെ വൻമുടി ഏറ്റിക്കൊട്ടിക്കേറും താളം ഇത് മുള്ളൻ കൊല്ലിക്കുന്നിൻ മേലെ കാവടി എന്തും മേളം ഇന്നക്കരയുള്ളവൻ ഇക്കരയെത്തും തക്കിടി തകിടടി മേളം ഇത് മാമലമേലെ സൂര്യനുദിക്കും പുലരിക്കതിരിൻ വെള്ളിത്തേരെ കാടും മലയും പുഴയും കടന്ന് കയറി വരുന്നൊരു പള്ളിത്തേരാണേ വേൽമുരുകാ